Hey everyone, gather around. I hope you guys are having a blessed evening, noon, night, and morning whenever you decide to click on this video and hear what it is I have to say. I hope you guys are in good spirits. So we are going to be doing a reading on the Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle case. If you haven't heard about it, it's a 27-year-old woman who was murdered by the father of her child. And allegedly her child has also been murdered. But we are going to take a deep dive and get to the root cause of the situation, because that's what we do on this channel. This was requested by Patty Cake, and I did the requested questions towards the end. So as per usual, I will leave the timestamps in the description box below. But as I always say, this is for entertainment purposes only. Everything that I say here is alleged. It's just a tarot card reading. Take what you will and leave what you may. But let's get into it, you guys. Brandon Isabel, why did you confess to murdering Danielle Hoyle and your 2-day-old baby Kennedy Hoyle, and then plead not guilty? Brandon Isabel, why did you confess to murdering Danielle Hoyle and Kennedy Hoyle and then plead not guilty? 3 more. Okay. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. I'm just going to go with this because I meditated prior to this to kind of get a feel of what was going on in this situation. Oh, let me move this. Y'all can't see. Honestly, let me take this out because y'all can't see. Oh, whoa. All right. We already know what the story is, correct? And I mean, I can't tell you any more than what's already out in the media as in regards to the scenario, what happened, because that is the reason why this happened. Like, he did not want to, and he, meaning Brandon Isabel, did not want to have a child. He didn't. The situation between him and Danielle, that was supposed to be a short-term, short-lived relationship. Okay, nothing was really supposed to come out of that relationship. She did get pregnant. He didn't want her to get pregnant. He wanted her to have an abortion, but she did not. She wanted to do her own thing. Okay, she didn't want to be held or tied down by what anybody wanted her to do. She wanted to live in her truth, and her truth was she wanted this baby. She wanted to have this child, okay, that she was blessed with. Also, when I was meditating, okay, there's another person involved in this situation. And we're going to just kind of highlight this here by this Queen of Cups. There's another person involved in this situation. I can't see the face. The face is not shown to me. So what that means for me is that he's covering for this other person. Now, will this come out at all? I have no idea. But obviously there's going to be a court case because he is saying that he isn't guilty. So this has to go to trial. So I guess we'll have to wait and see if this is going to come out or not. But the case being, somebody else is involved in this, or someone else has influenced this motion or sequence of events, okay, that's led up to Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle's death. I guess we can't necessarily say Kennedy is dead, but I mean, circumstances, one could kind of lead to that conclusion. All right, so off that, he feels as if this was a bad deal. Okay, this was technically a bad judgment call. And now he's in the position to where he's rethinking everything that he's done. Okay, so the turn of events that happened here, that's represented by this Wheel of Pentacle, this was a bad judgment call. Okay, bad judgment call. And he is currently thinking about the things that he's did. He's thinking about the consequences of his actions. Okay, he is now in hermit mode. Him being isolated from the rest of the world, isolated from the things or the people that led up into this point. And he's thinking about everything that came with this, and this was a bad judgment call. Okay, this was a bad turn of events. Okay, and he also feels like he is not solely responsible for what has happened. Okay, to Danielle and Kennedy, he doesn't feel like he's solely responsible. Underneath this wheel card or Wheel of Fortune, we have this Queen of Wands here. Okay, so the Queen of Wands, this is someone who always gets what they want. Okay, no matter what, they just have that power. They're very beautiful, or they just have that charisma. This could also be like the Witch's card. This is a Witch's card to me. But this person has a really high influence and high authority over the people that are surrounding them. Okay, it could be their personality, it could be their looks, it could be the energy that they carry. But whatever the case, this person, this Queen of Wands, has an authority over the surroundings that are around them. Okay, the circumstances, the people that are around them. And that is what this Wheel of Fortune card is representing. Okay, so this Queen of Wands definitely had some hand in turning this wheel. Okay, in turning this wheel, meaning changing the course of other people's life. This person had an influence. And next to this Magician card, I just realized this. This Queen of Wands is next to the Magician card. Okay, this is someone who is very, very manipulative and uses the tools that they have to life for ulterior motives. Okay, that is beneficial towards them. Could be somebody who uses their strengths to manipulate a truth or manipulate people and things around them to their benefit. Okay, so this Queen of Wands, okay, and this Judgment card, this goes together, and this is a big influence of why Brandon Isabel is in the situation that he is in. I'm not saying his actions are justified. I'm saying this is, we're getting to the root of what the problem is. Okay, so we have this 10 of Wands here. This is a big ass burden. This Queen of Wands and this Magician card, this manipulative person, this became a huge burden. A huge burden that Brandon felt like he needed to take care of. Because the Emperor card is somebody who's in charge. Someone who is able to conquer a situation, okay? Someone who is able to make those big player moves, okay? To make those moves on the chessboard, okay? Because you see him, he has a pawn in his hand, okay? This queen, this magician, used Brandon as a pawn to do whatever the fuck that she needed to be or wanted to have done. Okay, that's just what we're getting. I'm just, hey, this is just what the cards are saying here. Okay, this Queen of Cups that's upright, this is somebody that Brandon had a lot of emotions for. Okay, this is somebody that he was really connected to and really wanted to be with. Okay, so this person had an emotional hold over Brandon. Okay, but he also doesn't feel like this is solely his fault. Okay, because now he's in a place to where he's able to reflect on all of this, and knowing that this was a bad deal. Okay, and he was not thinking this through at all. Like, all right. Give me a little bit more clarification. Why did Brandon Isabel plead not guilty? Oh, whoa. Why did Brandon Isabel plead not guilty after confessing to murdering Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle? Allegedly. 2 more. Okay. You have this hangman here. This hangman is someone who is in a position to think about things a little bit more differently. Think about things a little bit more clearly than when they thought about them when they were in the heat of the moment. Okay? Because when you talk about the emperor is high Aries energy. Okay? I'm an Aries, so I know. Aries, they do things at the heat of the moment, and then after the fact, they like regret it, okay? And it's like, because I know, like, I get mad, right? I get pissed off, right? And I say a whole lot of stuff, and I do a whole lot of stuff, but then afterwards, when I'm cooled off, and I have time to think about it, I'm just like, damn, I wish I wouldn't have done it. Damn, I wish I wouldn't have, went about things in that nature, okay? You have the Knight of Swords, 6 of Cups. Okay, there's something weird here. Not only is this Queen of Wands and the Magician card in reverse someone that has high influence over circumstances and changing the course of life or someone's path of journey, there's also someone here, okay? There's someone here, there's a friend, there's a friend involved here, okay? And this could be a childhood friend of Brandon's, but this is definitely a friend. I'm going to say this is a male energy, and this male energy knows what's going on here. This male energy knows the truth to this situation. This male energy may have some information as well as far as how everything is going on in this scenario. So, and this, I can hear it. You guys probably can't hear it, but this flame is flickering hard as hell. Okay, so we have 2 energies involved in this scenario. We have this Queen and we have this Knight of Swords, okay? This Queen, manipulative, controlling energy, okay? Or just someone who's just uses what they have, you know, for no good or for their self-loathing benefits. And then you have this Knight of Swords, someone who is knowing this whole plan, okay, or this whole play, okay, but this is someone that is close to Brandon. This is a male energy, okay? This could be a friend. This could be a friend. Also, I'm hearing boots on the ground. Okay, this could be someone who is physically involved or physically helped in this situation. Yeah, I'm hearing physically involved or physically helped this situation. This whole scenario, I'm telling you, was really burdensome for Brandon. I'm not like, I don't have no apathy for this person. I don't care about him. I don't know him. I'm just saying, this is what the card's saying. This 4 of Wands is highlighting this 10 of Wands. Okay, 10 of Wands is a burden. 4 of Wands is some sort of stability, some sort of home life, and then it's in reverse, okay? That means there's some instability and burden that has to do with the home life, okay? So whatever relationship he was in, okay, or whatever, yeah, I'm just going to say relationship, whatever relationship that he was in, this was a big burden to that relationship, and it caused a lot of instability there. It just did. And then you have this 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands, usually this is someone who has it in them. This is the last fight. Okay, this is the last fight. All right, but it was in reverse and it's under the Emperor card. Okay, I just feel like he gave in to this situation. He gave in to the burden of this situation here. With the home life that was unstable, that had a lot of burdens. Okay, and this was, I'm seeing an egg cracking. This was the cracking moment. Okay, and this could be the symbolization of the cracking of the mind. Okay, because obviously no one in their right mind is going to do something as bad as this. All right. Okay, show me the mind state. Let's get a profile here of Brandon Isabel. Let's get a profile of Brandon Isabel. And we're going to get into it. Artesia Stewart, we're going to do her next. We're just going to get into, all the players in the game. Or all the players mentioned in the game. All right, Brandon Isabel. Show me, give me a profile of this guy. Show me his mental state. Brandon Isabel. Show me your mental state, your current mental state behind the situation that you got yourself into by killing Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle. 3 more. Show me your mental state. Let's keep going. All right. So you have at the bottom of the deck, you have this 3 of Pentacles. This is going to highlight what I'm talking about before. Okay, this is highlighting what I was talking about before. I'm going to put this to the side. Okay, there's 3 people involved in this, and I'm not saying 3 people were physically involved in this, but I definitely feel like there was an influence from someplace, and then there was actual physical help from another place. So when I say 3 people involved, I don't mean 3 people physically involved in what happened, but I'm saying there's an influencing source, and there was help physically in what happened. Okay, so this is a major play here. So there's 3 people involved, working together. Okay, working together. So let's start from the beginning. We have 6 of Swords. So this is his mental state. We're talking about his mental state. So 6 of Swords is next to the Moon card. This is someone who's trying to have some sort of mental escape of the events that unfolded. Okay, it's almost like after you've done something, okay, when you're in the heat of the moment, the adrenaline is going. Especially when you're in a fight or flight moment. When you're in that position to where you're taking someone's life, and I'm trying to just intuitively tell you how his mental state is going. When you are in the middle of trying to commit an act that is wrong, that there's going to be consequences behind it, but at the same time you're trying to figure out how to get out of those consequences and how to do this correctly so that things don't get so you don't get caught up in things. Like, you're not thinking all the way clearly, especially if this is not completely concisely planned out. Okay, and you have that adrenaline going in your blood, and you're really hyped up. You're pumped. Okay, your blood is boiling, your heart is pumping, your mind is racing, you're sweaty. These are the things that are going through his mind, and I guess I'm reliving that night. Okay, so these are the things that were going through his mind. Now, once this is done, the adrenaline dies down, and now you're more in a clear mind state. Okay, you're able to think clearly. Now that you're able to think clearly, reality sets in, and this is like, so like when something tragic happens and you try to force yourself to go to sleep, and then you wake up and you realize that it's not a dream, that it really did happen, and this is your reality. Okay, this is his current mindset. He is really trying to mentally escape the truth of the things that he's done. He's trying to escape the truth of the things that he has done. And there's trying to deal emotionally with the consequences that has led him up to being locked up. Because he knows he's not going to get out of jail either way. He knows he's not going to get out of jail either way. Okay? So him pleading guilty or not guilty doesn't matter to him. Sorry, y'all. I'm just thinking. Because you see this Knight of Pentacles and this Five of Pentacles here. You see those pentacles following behind this man? These are all the choices that he's made, okay, that has landed him up in this situation, this Five of Pentacles. And he could be trying to figure out a way to get himself out of this burden. This burden of being locked up. But the reality of it is that he's not going to get out of this situation anyway. You know, like, it's really weird to like kind of think about from someone else's perspective. But it's like knowing that you're not going to get out of jail anyway. But it's like, I guess you have nothing to lose by saying that you're not guilty. Because either way, you lost your life. Like, you lost the ability to live your life freely. And because of the consequences, this is where you've landed yourself. And crazy enough, honestly, his mindset and how he feels has nothing to do with Danielle, and it has nothing to do with his 2-year-old child, Kennedy. This has nothing to do with them. This has everything to do with him. This is a very selfish person, self-centered, selfish person. Okay, this is the type of person that lacks emotion because they only want what they want, and they can't see anything past that. So this is all about him. This is someone who's very, very self-centered, okay? You can say these are one of those sociopath tendencies. Like, I just feel like this could have oh my God, there is another story that kind of compares to this, and if it comes to my mind, I'll tell y'all, but I don't remember. I don't really remember. Oh, damn. Okay, but anyways, let's move on. So let me kind of zone in on some of these questions. Oh, I know. Sorry. I said Artesia Stewart, right? We're going to get in it. Artesia Stewart. Artesia Stewart, what is your involvement, or if any, in Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle's death? Artesia Stewart, what is your involvement in Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle's death? Didn't I tell you guys, and I'm not making this shit up, if you've been following me this whole time, she's come back up again in her own freaking reading. Her own freaking reading. Okay? This card, okay, let's just do it like this. I'm gonna stop right freaking here. This Five of Swords here, anytime I see this one, especially in this deck, okay, that's the story that kind of reminds me of this one. If you guys know anything, I believe her name, Brianna Nugent-Nix, okay, this story almost reminds me of her. When I see this card, this reminds me of someone like just in someone's ear, like a nagging energy, like constantly, okay? And this is where this influence comes from. This Five of Swords. This is someone who is constantly being talked to in the ear, and this is an influencing energy. Yeah, this story definitely reminds me of Brianna Nugent-Nix, okay? Because it's almost the same scenario. Brianna died, and the husband was seeing some other woman, but this woman would almost had this same type of energy, okay? This same type of energy to where she had like this strong influence over this man, and this man ended up like taking these actions, okay? All right. So then you have the Two of Pentacles, okay? This is an inability to balance. And when I put these two together, this is someone who's like unable to balance their thoughts, okay? Unable to balance their thinking processes, okay? And your thoughts become your emotions too. So this is someone who's unable to balance their thoughts and their emotions because somebody is playing mind games with them. There's somebody playing mind games in this situation, okay? And they're gonna act like they don't have no involvement in it. They're gonna act like because you have the Hierophant and the Hierophant in reverse. They're gonna act like they don't know nothing. That they don't have no higher knowledge. Like they're not the ones planting seeds or dictating or giving like and have a higher influence, because the Hierophant has some sort of higher influence. But since this Hierophant is highlighted by this Moon card, this person is gonna play dumb and act like they don't have nothing to do with it, allegedly. Nothing to do with it, but they have everything to do with it, because influence on some people who are weaker minded, okay, that's a big deal. All right. So then we have the Strength card, and then underneath the Strength card, this is the World. All right. This Strength card, this is Danielle. This is Danielle. And this little sheep here is Kennedy. Okay. And underneath it, here's the World card. The World card, to me, usually when I see it in reverse, this speaks of a sacrifice to me. This is just how I see the cards, okay? They were legitimately sacrificed for a selfish reason, and someone allegedly is going to act like they don't have no wherewithal or no influence or what the fuck is going on. Just like you have this Queen of Cups here. This person like, I don't got nothing to do with this, okay? I don't got nothing to do with this, okay? But they have everything to do with it. And this showed up at the beginning of the reading, okay? When I first started. And I said this was that female that Brandon, Isabel was influenced by. I kid you not, I said that, and here she goes showing up again. Yeah, the three, and it's highlighted by this three of pentacles. She's gonna throw her hands up and say, like, I don't have no involvement in this situation. I don't know nothing. I wasn't there. I have no idea. Like, but it's a lie. It's a lie. It's a lie. Because it's and the change of events, this was in the benefit of her. And also, in the first reading, this Ace of Pentacles, this was representing the opportunity. You know what? Honestly, I can't say that. Sorry. Y'all didn't see that because I had pulled some cards prior to this just to get a feel for this story. And I asked a little different questions. But in that spread that I pulled, this Ace of Pentacles represented the opportunity, okay, that Brandon was giving Danielle about this abortion. And who's in control of this? This person. Okay? This person is in control of this situation here. To some degree. And am I saying that this person had physical involvement? No. What I am saying, this person had influence, which is just as bad as involvement. Because these two pentacles, or this will, okay, this sacrifice was beneficial to this Queen of Cups. All right, so that's the involvement there. Now I want to get to the questions that were asked of me. Actually, let me see. I have a little bit of time. I want to do this really quickly. Danielle, I'm sorry, I don't want to say that. Danielle Hoyle, how do you feel about your life and everything that has transpired thus far? Danielle Hoyle, how do you feel about your life and everything that's transpired thus far? I'm going to get a good shuffle here. All right, let's see here. 2 more. Okay. Oh, man. All right. It's a lot to say here. Okay. So we'll just go with these that we have right now. So 9 of Swords. Okay, this is somebody who was like really going through it, okay? But trying to hold it together at the same time. Because you have the 9 of Swords in reverse. This is someone who's going through it, but knows that a situation needs to end and they need to find some way out of this situation. But the 5 of Wands in reverse to me always screams like someone who's trying to make amends or keep the peace, okay? So this is someone who is in a situation that they feel is a dead end, that they need to get themselves out of this situation, but at the same time, they're trying to save face or keep the peace. 8 of Swords, all right? And it's crazy how these cards kind of repeat because this came up prior. 8 of Swords. Okay, feeling stuck in a situation, feeling mentally stuck in a situation, but there is an outing. You just don't see it because of everything that is really going on, or your thoughts, or just the circumstances in general make you feel like there's no way out. And with the 8 of Cups in reverse, there almost is an inability to walk away from a situation. Because you feel as if though you put so much effort and so much energy into something that you just can't necessarily walk away. Your mind's going to not let you walk away. Your heart's not going to let you walk away. And funny enough, these are 2 8s. One's in the upright, one's in the reverse. This is meaning can't get out of a situation. And in the 8 of Cups in reverse also means not being able to walk away. All right. Danielle, Hoyle, give me clarification about how do you feel about everything that's happened, your death, you know, and everything that's transpired in your life up until this point. Okay, so all right, this Nine of Cups. This is someone who's completely emotionally stable. They can handle their own. And I feel like that was the energy that she was really in. She could handle her own. She didn't need or want anybody. Okay? She didn't need or want anybody. Or, you know, she wasn't asking really for a helping hand. She was going to be able to handle this situation by herself. Okay? So this is why, you know, she kind of like was trying to make peace with the situation, because, or this was her way of making the peace with the situation, is, you know, I'm gonna do this by myself. Like, I don't need you to help me, because I have the resources, and I have people to back me up as far as, you know, being able to hold this down. Okay, but I also feel like there's this manipulation here, and I do feel this is Brandon Isabel's energy, because the magicians, it's a manipulator. This is someone who has like the things at their advantage, and they use these tools, okay, to manipulate the situation or manipulate other people. Okay, so Brandon had his feet everywhere, allegedly, okay? And he couldn't make up his mind about what the fuck he wanted to do. And he was literally playing these people, okay? Like, it's like he's in love with one, but like kind of goes back and forth between the other, because he likes this having oh my god, what's the right term? Having options, okay? Having options. But in this scenario, having options is not a good one, because now you're playing games with people, okay? You're manipulating people, manipulating people's emotions. He definitely manipulated Danielle's emotions. He manipulated this other female energy's emotions. I believe he had a wife too. So he was emotionally manipulating people. And this is what I'm saying. This is somebody who is selfish and out for what it is that they want, okay? And this is why this scenario turned out the way it did, because I mean, it's so many different dynamics, right? When you're in a situation like this, it's like you can't just take one without the other, because every part works with the other, okay? It's very intricate, because every choice that you make influences the choice for another person. They just go hand in hand. Then you have the Two of Swords. Not making a choice. Not making a choice. And all the fucking options that you have, you're not making a choice. You're emotionally manipulating people, going back and forth with people. Like, that's the truth behind the situation, okay? And this is why things kind of got out of hand the way that they did, okay? Because he was still playing games with Danielle. Emotional games, okay? And there could have been some point where he was like, you know, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with you, like, having this child, you know, at some point. And I feel like he probably went back and forth with this. Like, have an abortion, don't have an abortion, have an abortion, don't have an abortion. But there's also this other influence too. So not only is he unable to make options because he's playing emotional games, but then he also has this outside influence from this other person that he's playing emotional games with too. But it's like he has more of an attachment to the other person. So then you have these Two of Swords here, okay? Not making a choice. But by not making but by not making a choice, okay, and taking or or just having your cake and eat it too. There you go. Having your cake and eat it too led to a destruction. And not only is this Brandon's energy, this is also Danielle's energy. You know, I feel like she was a little naive in this situation, a little naive, a little too trusting in what was going on here. And she want what she wanted too. And this was like a large scenario for this to turn out the way it did. It's just like so many moving parts to this. It's crazy. All right. There are some questions here. All right. Danielle, are you and Kennedy, are you and baby Kennedy together? Are you and baby Kennedy spiritually together? Are you and baby Kennedy spiritually together? Danielle, Hoyle, are you and baby Kennedy spiritually together? All right. So honestly, I feel like there's some restless energy here. I feel like there's some restless energy. There is some restless energy, but I do feel like they are together, okay? Because Nine of Swords, this talks about a struggle and going through a struggle, but at the same time, giving up that struggle, okay? There's no more left of you. This is the end, okay? Then you have this Eight of Cups. This Eight of Cups is walking away. This Eight of Cups is in a position to walk away from a situation that they have put a whole lot of effort in, a whole lot of emotion in. And in this context, this is Danielle's life, okay? This struggle that she had went through towards the end of her life, she's able to walk away from that, okay? She's able to walk away from that and going into a place of peace. And you see that sun that's on the horizon there, just keep that in mind. The Hierophant card, this talks about a higher truth, higher knowledge. This is very and can be a very spiritual card. And in between, it's crazy how the Hierophant is in between the sun and this Eight of Cups, okay? Because in the traditional tarot deck, this sun is a child riding on a horse, okay, with the sun behind it. And I feel as if since this sun card is in reverse and this Eight of Cups is upright and the sun's here, I feel like they are together in the spirit realm, okay? In the spirit realm, they are together. But I do feel like there is some restlessness there. I think that's the word I use. Restlessness there. Because the whereabouts of her child has not been concluded, okay? So they still haven't found like the remains of her child. Yeah, I just feel like there's some sort of being upset here, okay, about the turn of events. It's like, yeah, me, but not my, but why my child, okay? And it's like this, your impatience and intolerability to handle a situation has led to some really reckless acts. And to me, this Six of Pentacles in the original tarot deck, this reminds me of the law, okay? And I feel like Danielle is working to make sure that there's some justice that occurs here, because there's some restlessness about her child being involved in this situation. And I don't know, I'm trying to figure out, I don't think I shared that spread with you guys, but to me, this is Danielle and this is baby Kennedy, and I feel like they are together spiritually. I just feel like they are. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out if I want to conclude this. Okay, I'm gonna conclude this reading where it is. I think another question was asked of me is, did they feel pain? I let me ask, because I've never. I mean, okay, when things happen, like when people have passed, I can feel sometimes if they allow me different spots within their body, where things have happened, okay? But I've never asked that. But I feel like parts of where there was damage occurred, okay? But let's see. Was there pain, Danielle and Kennedy Hoyle? Did you feel pain upon your passing? Did you feel pain upon your passing? Okay, 3 more. I want to say, to some degree, but I want to say it happened rather quickly, okay? I want to say it happened rather quickly, especially for Danielle. Like, I can't really, yeah, okay, so I'm gonna say this, especially for Danielle. I feel like there was something, but it happened so instantly, and happened so quickly. Is that I don't know if I can explain this right. When something happens to you that fast, you find yourself outside of your body, and it almost kind of was like that type of thing. It's like finding yourself outside of your body like rather quickly, even though you felt that impact. It was like short lived type situation. And that's kind of what I'm seeing with this Queen of Swords and this Hermit card. It's almost like it was like very quick, a very quick impact, and then like a severing from her body, like quickly. Um, Yeah, I think it was rather quickly. But I do think what bothers her the most is the fact that her child um had to be involved in this situation. Like that's what I'm really getting from this. Yeah, see, we have this 10 of the 10. Sorry, the sun card here at the bottom. Like that's it's just something about that to me is what I'm feeling. Like I feel like that's what really hurts the most is that her child had to be involved in this situation. It's like um if she had to be the one, she should have been the only one and that should have been it. Like I just don't feel like her daughter should have been involved in this situation at all. And that's what really is bothersome to her. But I'm gonna leave this reading where it is. We're like 50 minutes in. But for y'all who stuck it out and watched the whole thing, I appreciate y'all. But I will catch you guys in another video.